Greetings, Mana 3301 onliners. My name is Dan Dalton, and I'm going to be your professor through the summer term of Mana 3301. And I wanted to send this video to not only give you an indication of what you're going to be receiving throughout the course, but also to kind of go over the syllabus. My normal practice is to try to put out a video each week in response to the discussion board post that you'll do, and to sort of give you an indication of what I look like and what I sound like, and just sort of enhance the communication that we'll have between us. What we're about to launch into is Mana 3301. The text that we will be using is Contemporary Management, the 9th edition. If you don't have the 9th edition but have like the 8th edition, it's probably okay, but the page numbers will be off by quite a bit. There's also been questions in the past as to whether or not you needed to get the online subscription there. You can if you want to. There are some study guides and practice tests and things I understand on that, but I do not require the use of it in my section of the course. So if you want to only buy the textbook, the Contemporary Management 9th edition, that'll be fine. Going forward, we're going to be going through the chapters in sequential order, and the sessions that are set up in Blackboard are grouped so that we'll know how many chapters to do in each session. Now in the summer semester, these are condensed, so you'll have multiple sessions due each week, unlike the fall and spring semesters where we basically have one session a week. Most of the weeks that we have here is going to have at least two, or at most two sessions, which could mean as many as 3 chapters covered in 1 week. As far as the scoring of the class, you will have 4 exams scheduled throughout the semester. Each exam will be in the neighborhood of 4 to 5 chapters. They are all multiple choice and all tests that will be driven through the Blackboard system. You'll have 90 minutes to complete each exam, and each exam is worth 100 points. At the end of the semester, you will have a comprehensive final exam that is worth 200 points and will cover all of the material that we will be reading and studying throughout the semester. There are 70 questions on that test, and you will have 2 hours to complete that exam. In addition to the exams, you will have 4 written assignments scheduled throughout the sessions. Each written assignment is going to be based upon a particular aspect of that particular chapter. For instance, the first written assignment is in session 3 and will cover personality types. And you'll take some very short assessments that are in the textbook and then write about what your experience is as you review the outcome of those assessments. The 4 written assignments, as I said, are scheduled throughout the semester, and each is worth 25 points. These are written papers that are at least 2 pages in length and need to cover the material that is outlined in the assignment. Each session that has a written assignment will have detailed instructions on that particular written assignment. In addition to these papers, there are 2 major papers that are due by the end of the semester, by the end of review week in session 15. The first is an interview with a manager paper. This is a paper that needs to be at least 5 pages in length and will be an interview that you conduct with a manager of your choosing. The interview questions you will write based on the material that we cover and just sort of derived from the different subjects that we will be studying throughout the semester. I expect that paper to be turned in by the end of the review session. That paper is worth 100 points. The other major paper is a service learning paper. This is a paper of at least 2 pages in length that will describe your experience in some kind of service project. The value of this assignment is 25 bonus points, so they're extra points above what you can earn through the other assignments in the class. Subjects of the service learning paper can be anything from service to your church or community, teaching Sunday school, working at the food bank, or any other type of service-related activity. As you know, service learning is one of the bedrock principles that Dallas Baptist University is founded upon, and we want to make sure that we have the opportunity to produce servant leaders. So your assignment will be to write about a service project that you are associated with. The weekly scoring will be based upon discussion board questions. Each session has at least one and no more than two survey or discussion board questions. For instance, session 1 has an introductory discussion board question to simply describe yourself to your classmates. It also has a question on what you think that the traits of a good manager are. The discussion boards are very, very important for the accumulation of points. You will receive 12.5 points for each discussion board, and here's how the scoring breaks down. Your response to the question is worth 6.5 points. You are also to respond to at least 2 of your classmates' posts by reading their post and making some comment in response. Now your comment needs to have some insight and depth. Simply saying I agree or good post does not constitute an appropriate response. You must respond to no less than 2 of your classmates. Each one of those 2 responses will be worth 3 points each. So your response worth 6.5, and then 3 points for each of your 2 responses to your classmates totals the 12.5 points that you will be able to earn for each discussion board question. These are easy points. Do not leave them on the table. Don't forget to respond to your classmates. That's the most common missed out opportunity on accumulation of points that I see from each semester to the next. The discussion board questions also pertain to your attendance. If you do not respond to a discussion board, you will be counted absent. So if there is no response to a discussion board question, it will go down as an absence from the class. And of course, you know that there are a limit of absences that you can have and still successfully pass the course. So here's how the scoring works. There is a possibility with all of the discussion board questions, the exams, the final exam, the interview with the manager paper, the written assignments, and the service learning paper to earn a grand total of 1,025 points. Your grade will be based upon the number of points you accumulate. Each of the assignments that are work points will be tallied, and you'll be able to track the number of points that you've accumulated through the Blackboard system on the grading system. An A is anything over 900 points accumulated at the end of the semester. A B is anything over 800 to 899 points. I usually do not give the minus grades, a B minus or an A minus, but I do give the plus sides of the grade. A plus will be any time that you get upwards of 90% of the points. So in other words, you will get an A plus if you score 990 or more points, so on and so forth. I will be producing one of these videos each week in response to that session's discussion board questions, and again in hopes that you will just hear some of my thoughts and I can share some of the things that I've experienced in my career. I'm looking forward to working with you throughout the summer and hope that you will find this a rewarding class. As I said in the announcement and in the syllabus, I'm not one of these kinds of professors that really harps on too much rhetoric or too much specifics on grading. What my goal is to hope that you leave this class at the end of the summer with a little bit of knowledge that you didn't have when you came in. I am available by email, and my phone number is also in the syllabus. Should you have a need to reach out to me for an emergency or anything, please feel free to do so. Please also do not wait till the last minute to complete your assignments. Some of the discussion board questions and written assignments will take you a little time during the week. My recommendation is that you check in on Monday morning when the session opens so that you'll know what is expected of you in that week and you could budget your time accordingly. Do not expect to be successful all of the time by launching Blackboard on Saturday evening with assignments due by Sunday at midnight. You will find that oftentimes you will be short of time to complete the assignments associated. Again, I look forward to working with you this summer, and reach out to me if you have anything. Have a super fantastic day, and I'll see you online.